green?
The payout of green? I don't know. What is it?
It's what? It's like...
Back at it again.
It's not 2%?
Huh?
Right? Is it 100? No, it's not.
The payout
4%?
of green?
Roulette. How many?
Yeah. I mean,
there's 2 greens.
There's 2
0,
greens.
Double 0.
Yeah. And what? There's 36 blacks and reds total.
Okay, so 2 of
And
36.
then there's
so
there's 38 tiles. Divide that by 2. That's what?
2 of 36.
No, 38. If you're at 36,
Okay,
red
so
and
2
black.
of 38. So what's half of 38? 19.
I knew you'd get it.
So 1 in 19. Okay, so 19. It'd be 19 time payout.
So you get 1900%.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because if you get
are we recording?
Yeah, we are. We're totally recording.
Oh, great start. Anyway, if you put the house on green and it hit, it would be a lot of money.
Yeah, no, if you put the house on green, you could get like 19 more houses.
That's
honestly.
crazy.
Now hear me out now.
In this essay,
it's only like what? A 4-hour drive to Oklahoma?
or
Honestly,
New Mexico's closer.
sir. Yeah, into the mountain gods. I just know
That's about 4 hours as well.
Oklahoma is
Ruidoso.
they're just everywhere.
They are New Mexico as well. New Mexico is mostly reservations. Let's be so for real.
Oh my god. Hold on. Lens flare.
Yeah, you got to tell me about your ball knowledge pool today. That was crazy. That was crazy.
So okay, so there was this girl on Hinge. It was like early this morning. Like I was like, just wasn't doing anything at work right yet. I decided to get on Hinge, and one of the on Hinge, you know, you can have different prompts and stuff.
Yeah. I'm listening.
Okay, all right.
I'm listening. Different
Jesus
prompts,
Christ.
yes.
Okay, and one of them was I need a man who, and then it was like blank, you fill in,
Yeah.
and she put, I need a man who's 6'5".
Right.
I was like, what the fuck happened where it's now expected, like, you need 6'5" now? So I decided to message her. What was it? Who are you trying to date? Quentin Grimes? And she was like, I'm a tall girl. I was like, you're not that tall. I think she said she was 5'9". I was like, are you kidding me?
Are you fucking serious?
It's like 5'9", and you want to date someone the size of Quentin Grimes.
Yeah. 5'9", must be 7'1".
Fucking no, you are not dating Taco Fall.
That's insane. That's a crazy pool, though.
I was like, who's someone I can reference that? Quentin Grimes is literally 6'5".
Would have been funnier if it was 6'7". Let's be for real.
6'7". Gotta round it up.
6'7". LeBron at it.
LeBron. Yeah, but besides that, the rest of the day was shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that also happened at, what was that, 9 in the morning?
Yeah.
About 10. About 10.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it was just all downhill.
Yeah, no, it was all downhill from there. I was working on a truck literally outside in the nice overcast, slight gusty breeze. It was nice. It was cool. It was not totally enjoyable, but it was all right. And then it just got fucking horrendous. It got terrible. Yeah, and then that, you know, at 5 o'clock, whenever you're sitting at your job and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to spend the rest of the hour on Indeed. So, we'll see if I get a new job.
Yeah. You'll need to put some of those applications in.
I already did a second ago.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
I was setting this shit up and sending in my resume to different places.
Love it.
So, what are you drinking?
I've got Michelob Lime. Is what I've got today. So.
Very nice, very nice. Bit of a switch up from the mics. I am
still very good.
Drinking some 1796 Santa Teresa. Very nice, very nice. All right. The internet comes and goes so quick, and we're a little late to this. But we ended up mentioning this, and we were like, we'll wait till the next episode, aka episode 1, besides the pilot, or if this is 1.5. I don't fucking know.
A episode.
Yeah. One gorilla versus 100 men. One man versus 100 gorilla. Who's the man? Nah. Okay.
100 men versus 1 gorilla.
Yeah.
Who's winning that fight?
I'm saying, okay. So here's the thing.
I think it's a pretty straightforward, clear-cut answer.
Who do you think?
The gorilla, by a mile. It's not close.
Okay. I think the men, even if they're all average, completely mixed, the, like, old,
if it were
young,
100 random men,
fat,
if
skinny,
random
athletic.
people were drafted,
yeah,
the gorilla's taking it by a mile.
My thing is, even if they're all completely randomized in build and intelligence, as long as they all 100% are in on it, 100 men win.
No.
Yes.
No, it's a fucking gorilla.
No, listen.
Do you know how much a gorilla can lift? The average gorilla weighs...
I don't know.
The average gorilla weighs, it's like 600,
Yeah,
400
600
pounds. They can lift 10 times their body weight.
Okay, so I was listening to
lots
of people argue.
They can
about
pick up
this.
fucking cars,
Yes.
by the way.
Okay, listen, you got to be smart about it. I've listened about
It is
people.
raw strength from a gorilla.
No. Cool. I've looked into this. This is gonna be so fucking stupid, but listen. There's been people talking about this, right? I listen to people, and a lot of them were like, "Listen, you need like a good 10 men up front to just know that they're not making it, and if they're completely cool with that and they just bomb rush in."
Brother, the gorilla picks one person up and just fucking ragdolls them around to the next 9.
Someone needs to get in there.
Run the next 10.
Either flank the gorilla or get
Flank
low.
the gorilla?
Yes. No, hear me out. Hang on. Hear me out.
You think you're gonna give him a fucking suplex?
No,
It's a gorilla.
no. Hang on. You go for the balls, all right? If one man gets in there and just uppercuts the shit out of his balls, trust me, bro, it doesn't. I don't care what you are. No, I don't care if you're a fucking blue whale. I don't care if you're a great white shark, a man, or a fucking axolotl. If you have balls and that shit gets hit hard enough, you're fucking like, you're in pain. Yes. No,
Yeah, you're in pain. It's a fucking gorilla. If you did that, it is... Oh my god. 1,000 men wouldn't take that gorilla out if you fucking punched him in the balls.
No, I absolutely think so.
No.
What was it? I literally watched Smart People About Animals. I don't know what their title is. I forget. Whatever they are. Someone who has that role and knows a lot about animals. We're talking about it. And he was like, oh yeah, 100 men easily. He was like, as long as 100 men are like they're in on it, oh yeah, 100 men easily. No. He was literally like, I'd take 50 men. He was like, I think 50 men could.
He needs to have his license revoked. His what?
No, he was literally like
zoology license.
People hype the shit out of gorillas. If you really think 50 men can't beat up a gorilla, he was like, you think way too lowly of humankind.
I do. I do.
All right, one
argue...
gorilla versus one man with a deagle.
I think I'm taking the man with the deagle.
I think so too, but one clip. That's it. No reloads. So what is a deagle? It's 6 + 1 in the chamber?
Yeah.
Or is it 7 + 1? Something like that. So max like what?
6
8?
+ 1.
6 + 1? So you got 7 shots.
7 shots. Yeah.
And you better hope to God that first shot doesn't blow the gun out of your hands.
Yeah. You will have a fucking broken wrist by the end of it, but yeah, you're taking down
At least you'll survive.
Yeah.
Okay, so alternative.
Okay.
Let's lower it and do 50 men with sticks. Not like tree branches, like twigs I'll just break, but like bow staffs.
Like
solid.
Spear, like
no,
like carved spear, like
no, not like sharp object, like hard blunt,
like a
object.
blunt.
But it's strong. It's
like
not just gonna like
a branch.
Unless you were like, you know, the world's strongest man and you just break it over him. I'm like, it's strong, it's sturdy. Now it'll rebound off of bro because you know he's like that, but you think 50 men with bow staffs?
Yeah, It would depend on who's using the bow staff. If you put a bow staff in a regular...
Me?
Okay, if it's 50 U's, you're literally a black belt in karate.
Let me go pick up the people I used to work with. Give me, oh my God.
If it's a trained person with a bow staff, if it's 10 U's, I'm probably taking you over the gorilla.
Give me, Jaeger, Perry. These are all people I used to work with. Lyles, bro, give me all of the people I used to work with. Bro, yeah, absolutely. I think we could. Yeah. Not only that, we'd outsmart the shit out of the gorilla. Oh yeah, no. Out of like fighting wise, yeah. The gorillas, okay.
Intelligence wise, might be close.
Okay, to me, you don't know them. You don't know. They're smart as shit.
Y'all are all black belts in karate. I pretty much know where your intelligence is at. Here, take this kick from the world's fucking best female kicker, idiot.
That shit was rough. Oh my God.
Want to see something cool? Whack.
Oh my God. Okay, so I didn't tell you. Actually, maybe, I don't know. So on my second degree test, right? We have to do a like weapons demonstration and like a whole weapons presentation. You can pick almost any weapon, but it can't be like it's like gotta be it's gotta be old traditional martial arts. It's not like here is my presentation over the AR-15. So I decided to do the katana because we never really work with katanas. Right? Yeah, it's sick. You know. You fucking put a katana in a 15-year-old hand going for a second degree. He's like, fuck yeah, I want to do that one. Yeah. So I decided to do the katana. At this time, I am extremely stage fright. I do not like being in front of people. I'm nervous as shit. I'm scared as hell. Mm-hmm. And I am now in a room. So this is like 2 hours into the test, I believe. Doing most of your knowledge shit, most of the shit you've done for years. Just proving you know your stuff, everything it is, the best form you can. And it's like, all right, before we start fighting, time for the second, third, and fourth degrees. At the time, I think it was just me and one other person going for their second. The rest of that was like just first degrees getting their first black belt. And at this time, I think it happened. This was whenever black belt tests were every 6 months. Now they're every 3 because that place has so many now. But so I've been studying up over the katana for like half a year now. Mm-hmm. I've been doing so much research. I've been looking at all these forms and katas and all this shit. I've been just doing tons of research about it because it was like you need a good presentation. And like I said, I'm horrified to be in front of people, and I'm now in the center of the room. It's a big room layered with mats.
Right.
And I can't even see the walls. There's just people surrounding me. The people in front of me, like the 5 instructors grading me, plus just probably 100, maybe 200 people in this room with me. Mm-hmm. And I'm the only one talking, and 15-year-old me is scared shitless. Right. Because like during most of the test, it's like you plus like however many people are also out there. Yeah. But during your presentation, it's just you're like, fuck. So I go out there, and I guess I start doing some of my I start talking about the weapon and the history and everything. Literally, like, the materials it's made out of, how it's forged, the whole process, like, how certain, like, what's the word? Not really samurais, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, swordsmen in the past were granted which sword and all this stuff. Like, I just went crazy about all this information. And I am still trying not to hyperventilate. I can't tell how much time has passed. I think I'm only
20 minutes into a presentation.
No, I think I'm only like 5 minutes deep into the presentation. And they were like, keep in mind, there's still 15 other people trying to do their black belt test tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm doing all these katas and stuff. I'm wrapping it up. And I start talking more. And at the time, wasn't my boss. Was my boss later, whenever I started working there. He was like, he was like, hang on. I just want to say, you know more about the katana than I ever will. You can stop right now. Trust me, you're good. And there's like tons of people laughing. I was like, oh, really? He was like, do you know how long you've been going for? I was like, 5 minutes maybe? And he was like, you've been going for like 20. I'm like, oh, really?
Oh my God.
I was like,
give a fucking 4-hour presentation on the katana.
I literally had so much more in the chamber too. I didn't know exactly how long I was supposed to go for. And yeah, so I think the next person did size, Raphael's weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Glad you know what size are.
Yeah.
Most people are like, huh?
I took martial arts.
Oh yeah, that's right. The next person did size, and theirs was like 5 minutes, as it should have been.
Right.
I just went on a tangent.
Here's a brief history. Here's the...
Yeah, mine was like, you want to know where these materials were found in the forgeries.
So here's the mining process.
Yeah, I went way too deep into it. But, yeah.
I thought you would have gone for like an hour. That's something that I feel like you would have.
I totally could have. Okay. Well, out of the facts I was spitting, I don't know if I could have gone an hour off of trying to remember stuff, because not only was I unaware you could have a note card, I did it. So 15-year-old me, scared shitless, didn't have a note card, was unaware I had a note card, was unaware it only had to be 5 minutes, like, ish. Went out there and started bullshitting about shit just spiraling in my head while I'm freaking the fuck out in front of like 200 people.
Yeah.
And then I immediately had to do it again on Saturday for the actual graduation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you go for 20 minutes that time? Or?
No, no. Before I went out there, the Mr. Lyles, the head honcho, he pulled me aside. He was like, "Hey, don't do your 20-minute spiel. Just do a good few minutes." I was like, all right.
I would have doubled down on it.
Well, at this time I was like, I can't remember if this was the time I was in the instructor program, like getting ready to be an instructor. I was like, this man's about to be my boss. I'll do whatever the hell he wants me to say. And this is my first job ever. I'm 15 years old. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, sure thing, boss. Also, at that point, it wasn't just black belts. Sensei. It was every single person getting a new belt. So instead of like 200 people, it was like probably 600 to 700 people in this, not auditorium, but like it's always like in like a high school basketball gym or something.
A gymnasium.
It was typically like Monterey or Coronado. Yeah. But yeah, that was... Yeah. I still don't know if I could do that now, being in front of all those people.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I could definitely... No, I mean, I could probably do it. I could definitely do it now compared to then. If I could do it then, I can definitely do it now.
Yeah. You ever miss martial arts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely times I do. There are a lot of times I miss sparring. Like, especially anytime like we have.
If you want to run a fade, we can step outside.
Especially like watching like UFC matches and stuff.
Yeah.
Like just watching the whole night of fights, I'm like, shit.
You know, I never got to spar.
Yeah. It's what belt did you get to?
I got to, what was it? It was yellow then orange, or orange then
yellow.
Yellow.
How old were you? You went to my place, right?
Yeah. I went to your place, but I also did Taekwondo.
Taekwondo, right? Yeah.
So I got to Taekwondo goes white, orange to yellow. And then I think karate, y'all's was
white, yellow, orange.
To orange.
But if you were young enough, they had to slow your progression a bit so you weren't
tape.
7 years old trying to go for a black belt.
Right.
So it was the tape markings, and it was also half belts and belts with stripes, like half white, half yellow.
Yeah, I didn't get to any half ones, but I did have tapes on those. So I think it was orange, and it had a black tape on it.
After orange, you were you're required to get into the sparring and weapons and stuff.
Yeah, I got my orange belt and then pretty much stopped. Is pretty much how that happened. And then whenever I did Taekwondo, they'll let you spar as a white belt. Mm-hmm. The problem was the only other person that I took Taekwondo with was my father. So they can't really have, 6-year-old me sparring a fucking grown-ass man.
No? I used to do that shit all the time.
Not sparring. I mean, I would kick their, thighs and stuff if, roundhouse and stuff, all that.
Yeah.
Because it was sometimes hard for, some of the pads and stuff that they had for... whenever I got a little bit older, they were using the pads. But whenever I, first started, it was just,
literally just...
Yeah. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have the form down and everything, but whenever I got older, stronger, better at it, use pads. But I don't know, I started out, I was fucking kicking my father.
Man, there was
Actually, the instructor, so the teacher that worked at our school, the
Lysinger.
No, that did, she was the owner of the driver's ed building.
The one by BJ's?
She was a computer teacher. Not BJ's. It's by the PetSmart and stuff. Right by the old apartment, down the street from Specs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is it that one?
Yeah, BJ's is right.
Oh, it is right in front of it. Yeah. Yeah. So her ex-husband is the one that taught me Taekwondo in that building. Whenever I was 6 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I knew all the stories of her before she ever worked at our school. Because I know that they were not happy for a long time. I was young though, so I didn't really understand. I was like...
Yeah. Just be happy.
I'm here to fight.
I'm here to fight. Oh, man. Yeah, no, there's definitely times where I'd love to get back into it. Whenever I was an instructor, though, man, being on the other end of the black belt tests, every 3 months I had to be an instructor and I had to grade and stuff. Because you're as for the instructors, you're sitting there pretty much for 3 hours probably just grading people, watching people. If you need, be the extra body to get in there, maybe do whatever. Mm-hmm. But you're mainly just sitting at a chair for 3 hours. But I've talked about this with the other black belts that have been there, and they've been grading and stuff, and there's something about being in that building. You don't ever feel it. Whenever it's black belt test night, no matter if your last test for your next degree was 3 years ago or if it was the last quarter ago, you have PTSD. I genuinely have PTSD from being in that building.
Yeah.
If I walked in there on a black belt test night, I would have PTSD. There's a
hyperventilating
void. Yeah, no, your fucking breathing gets harder, and it's genuinely, it's fucking scary sometimes. Whenever I would do it, I would get so nervous, being I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm just sitting here and I'm just grading. Why am I so nervous? Because I have such vivid memories of all the tests I've done there, and it's not the fondest memories sometimes. Yeah. But whenever it got to other kids, young adults going for their black belts, and then you put your gloves on, and now it's time for you to fight them. Because it would always go it was all right, one-on-ones but consistent. It was whoever's going for the black belt never gets the break, but it rotates through 6 people. So it'd be a minute, buzzer, ding, ding, ding. The person in the group of 6 would bounce out. The next person would bounce right in immediately. So you have like, it's like a 6-minute constant fight of someone who only is having a minute with you versus you having 6 minutes with them. So they in a minute are putting all their energy into you, but you got to conserve your energy for 6 minutes. You can't go all out on them. Because I've seen people going for their black belt. In their first minute, they'll just start swinging because they're like, oh, I'm going for my black belt. I got something to prove. Yeah. And by that third, fourth minute, they're like, shit, because like they were just wailing. And it's like, no, it's about survival at black belt tests. Yeah. It's not about proving you're him. It's about literally surviving. Because whenever it's a kid, obviously, it sucks because I remember it. It gives me PTSD from me being a kid going through it. And we push you. Like, that's the whole point of the black belt test night was to push you to a failure to where you want to quit. And there's kids that have literally done 4 years of martial arts all the way up to black belt test night and quit. Literally. I'm not joking. There's been kids that have walked out. I don't
doubt it.
Like, there's been kids, obviously, that bleed, cry, puke. Crying and bleeding is pretty much a guarantee in every single black belt test. It's pretty much like the instructors do like a 50-50 on is there a person going to puke tonight?
Yeah.
Kind of a 50-50. If you get someone good in the gut, oh yeah. You can tell it too in their eyes.
Yeah.
I never made a kid
You hit puke. Somebody right, especially like liver, like right in the stomach.
Yeah. I never made a kid puke, but there were so many times during the black belt test because I remember it specifically happening to me tons of times. I will aim for the solar plexus and at least get you at least once. I'll get you once, and if I get you good enough, I won't try to hit you in the solar plexus again because I know that shit just takes you out for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially if you're beaten, battered, tired.
Yeah.
And you still got more fights to give up. Like I'll get you once good in the solar plexus during that night, and then I'll be like, all right, you've got your handicap now, and I'll let that go on. But after all these fights, it'll go from the one-on-ones just constantly rotating, and then to the 1v2s, and you'll do 2 rounds of that, and then after that it'll be 1v4s. So it's literally you versus 4 people. There's been even crazy circumstances. It was very rare when it happened, but it would be 1v6s sometimes. It would be stupid. It was like, yeah, we have so many people here, 1v6, and at that point it's like the team of 6. It's like at most there's 2 people fighting you. If you're smart, there's 2 people fighting you. If you can't, if you're too tired because you fought too hard in the early rounds, you can't move around. Like you're supposed to stack. You're supposed to stack people up in a line.
Right.
If you don't and you get yourself cornered, you're just gonna get your ass wailed on. Aces joined the pod.
Yeah.
But after that, after the 1v4s and all that shit, the multi teams.
Not even my cat, by the way.
Yeah, no. Then it goes on to the...
Where are you going?
What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? All right.
You can't get out. Okay, you can.
Okay, so...
I was like, he just jumped somewhere you can't get out of. What is he doing?
This is what he does. Hi, buddy. So after all that, then it goes on to the instructor round, which depended on who you were, depended on who you necessarily fought in the 1v1s and the multi-team and the instructor round. Because if you're an adult, you were stronger. Like, there was one time, this dude, he ended up actually going out to somewhere in East Texas and opening up a premiere over there. But for his black belt test, oh my God. Oh, it was rough. So, okay, I'm 6'2". You remember Jaeger? He's like 6'10".
Yeah.
Right? Tattooed, bald.
Giant man.
Big beard, right? It was me, him, another dude who was like 6'3". And then who else was it? I think it was someone from Krav Maga there. And he was like a good like 250 and probably like 6'1". So you have 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'10". All me, who is at this time 2nd degree, Jaeger, who was a 3rd at the time, or maybe a 4th at this time, And then a Krav Maga guy who's been in it for years, and then another dude who's also a second degree. And you were having to fight all 4 of them at once, and you're not even a black belt yet, bro. I felt so bad for him. We kept knocking him down. Like, the adult ones are way worse. Like, the kids suck, but you obviously pull your punches. But oh my God, you really don't against the adults going for the black belt. It's because
I completely understand it, because I remember talking
it was rough.
I remember talking to my instructor for Taekwondo, Master Terry.
Yeah.
He was a 5th degree whenever I was in it, and I know that like that was his passion. So he's probably 7th by this point. But I remember him talking about it, where like taking his tests and stuff and doing his sparring and stuff. He said that it's so brutal, because it's pretty much pushing you to the limit, where like pushing you to the limit to earn that next step. So I can't imagine like the fucking 14-year-old going to try and get their black belt and just getting the fucking shit beat out of them for fucking a couple hours.
Yeah. My second degree wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad nearly at all. Like typically you don't fight at all after your first. After your first, it's like, listen, you went through it. You don't got to keep doing this shit every time you go to the next degree. That's whenever it's like you got the weapon demonstration and you demonstrate your intellect.
At that point, it's sparring for the experience of sparring.
And it's really demonstrating your knowledge at this point. Right. It's like, we know you can fight. You're 2nd degree, 3rd degree, whatever you are. We know you can fight. We know you know the basics. What crazy, like, advanced stuff do you know? Show that. Yeah. Show that your knowledge over a decade plus
that it's expanding.
Stuff. Yeah. But the only thing they really get you, they do that on the 2nd and the 3rd degree, where you get kicked by Miss Lyles,
God.
Texas' strongest kicker. Not out of just women, out of men and women. And you have to sit there and do your kata and just get kicked in the fucking solar plexus by the Texas' strongest kicker. Oh my God, I almost dropped to my knees. I was in so much pain. I was literally like, a tear here and there was falling, and I'm literally like, I have to hold form and do my kata and shit. Oh, it was so brutal. I genuinely thought like I lost the ability to breathe. Like, obviously you get in the solar plexus, that's how it feels. This was an otherworldly experience. It was literally
it has to be.
I was like, oh my God, I genuinely don't know if I will be able to like continue breathing throughout the rest of this kata. I might literally just drop. It was rough, but they didn't do it for me, because they did that, but they didn't do this next thing for me, because at the time I was 17. So I just beat the margin to where they couldn't do this. If I was 18, they break boards over you. Like,
Jesus
they literally grab
Christ.
2x4s, not like super strong 2x4s, stronger than plywood, but they would literally like take like a 2-foot long 2x4 and just smack you. Not like directly over the head, but like they'd smack you on the shoulder. They'd hit you into places where you know it's gonna be bruised and feel like shit. Smack you over the thighs, over the shoulders, the biceps. The ribs, the back. I was so lucky I didn't have to go through that shit, because they were like, "Do you want to do it this time or next 3 months?" And I think this was March. And so my birthday was like a month and a half later. So I was like, yeah, no, this time. Yeah.
Doing the math on that?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no, I definitely want to do it now.
Got away with that one for sure.
Yeah. Ever since that time, I never saw them break boards over people, though, since then. Although I'm trying to think, I don't think anyone like older had graduated after this point until I left and went to college. But man, that shit was crazy. Yeah, no, not being in middle school and high school sports and stuff, but being in martial arts, it was definitely different. Like, I totally wish I would have done like football and basketball. It just wouldn't work. Like, if I stayed in martial arts, it just wouldn't work. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun.
Sometimes I wish I would have done martial arts instead of some of the things I did.
Yeah.
I wish I would have stuck with it.
It's fun.
I loved it whenever I did it, but I could not fucking focus whenever I did it. I think the only thing that I really stuck with for a while was golf. But then whenever I was getting older, golf. I was hanging out with friends all the time. I didn't go golfing with my dad very much anymore. So
I wish you were on the middle school golf team.
Oh my God.
There was so much shit that happened there.
I know, because Connor was on there, and I hear stories from Connor. That shit's insane.
Okay, if you imagine, what was it at this time? Okay, let me name drop. So it's me, Connor, Alex, DJ, a dude named Nick from the old middle school, and Major. So those six. Imagine those six people, right? All 12 and 13 on a golf course just to roam every day after school. It went exactly about how you think it would.
Yeah, of course it did.
Yeah, no.
I think only one person from that ever took it seriously.
Yeah, now he's in college for golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the rest of us, I don't think ever touched golf after fucking middle school.
Hardly ever, yeah.
I remember, I can't remember what Alex did. Alex got in trouble. It's the funniest shit ever. So obviously Alex is the only one who like super cares about golf, and like he's really good at it, everything, and he always wanted to get as many holes in as possible before essentially your parents came to pick you up, whatever time that might have been. And the rest of us were kind of just, we were just there. We were there because we didn't, like, at this time, I couldn't do athletics. It just would interfere with martial arts and everything. So I could do golf without having to do PE. Because, in middle school, PE was just... Yeah. So there was a day Alex got in trouble, and he had to just be on the putting green the whole day. He had to just sit on the putting green and putt. It's all he could do. So whenever we were like, we literally like went like, because we never really cared to like go. Most of us wanted to just chill on the putting green, but we were like, we're gonna mess with Alex. And all five of us went to the first hole. We're like, bye, Alex. And he just looked so fucking sad. He was just. DJ also accidentally took a duck's head off.
Yeah, y'all killed a turtle.
Oh my God, Aiden was there. No, Aiden was an asshole. Did he kill the turtle? I don't know if he killed the turtle. He threw the turtle into the fucking lake. There was a turtle by the tee box minding its own goddamn business. I almost fucking hit Aiden. I was like, bro, Aiden, come on. He just fucking picked up and just launched it. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah.
Part of me is glad I wasn't on that golf team.
Yeah, no, you definitely missed out on some debauchery, but also good job on missing out on some debauchery. I think we broke 2 windshields in the 2 years I was in middle school golf. Yeah, oh my God, we got in so much fucking trouble. There was a day, it's on the second hole of what used to be Stonegate, yes. Fucking, it's gone now, entirely gone.
Yeah. It hadn't existed for many a year.
Yeah, it's been gone for a while. The second hole is literally the entire way up against the road.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty busy road, especially, everyone's coming off work and everything. And we were asshole kids. We were fucking dickheads, and we started angling a little to left.
No, you're fucking joking.
I never did. I just never knew where my ball was going. A lot of the times I would skip the second hole because I just didn't want to hit a car because I was like, no, I do not know where this shot's going. It could hook, it could slice. I don't fucking know. But I think it was Major, maybe DJ. it would aim a little left and just launch it, and we definitely hit a car or two. And I remember you heard it loud as day. Fucking doink. Fucking, we picked up our clubs and started running. Coach Green ended up finding us later that day and being like, "Did y'all hit a car?" He was pissed. He was so pissed. I guess the people came over and stopped.
Yeah, as they do.
And we were like, we might have. We totally played it off as like one of our shots hooked. One of our shots hooked and we didn't mean it. And it happened. I'm pretty sure Cooper ended up paying for it. We were assholes. We were hella assholes.
That's fucking awful.
Jesus.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, shit happens. You know, you're dumb kids.
That's fucking insane.
It's... No, never mind. Never mind. I gotta search up what I'm allowed to say and put on YouTube. That has something to do with heavy machinery.
Oh, I know exactly what you're thinking of. Yeah, no, that's incriminating.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure it's incriminating.
I believe that story you just told is also incriminating.
Okay, well, you're dumb young kids. At this point, it's me. I think at the time 19 and the other person also being 19.
Yeah, y'all were legal adults during that.
We might have been 20.
Y'all might have been. I still have that picture.
I have pictures and videos. Oh my god. I'll search it up and make sure. If I can tell it, I'll tell it.
I think y'all would have been 19. Because I was dating
I think
person.
so.
Whenever I turned 20, I was dating somebody else. And y'all came over right
yeah,
after that breakup.
That was... I gotta make sure I can say that and put it on.
That'll be another episode.
Yeah, no, I gotta put a little bit of research into what I'm allowed to put online because I've heard crazy stories on YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, it's still up and the people are still fine, so maybe.
I don't know about that one. You'll have to look into that because that would.
There's also another one that I would. Definitely, it has to do with me and some dumb fuck from Alabama in Waco, Texas.
Yes, I also know this one. Yep. Right. Yeah, you'll have to look because those would be great stories for this, but
I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
No, I would definitely be safe on this one.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm okay. I gotta think of something I can say that definitely is like, oh yeah, it's fine. That's fine to say. That
fucking computer. Having a stroke over there.
I turned it on turbo actually, so it's doing a better job. It just is louder.
Yeah.
Fans are just turned on to max. Yeah. I
don't even know what you could say about those.
Yeah, I can't even dance around the edges of those.
No. Alcohol was involved.
On both of those, alcohol has been involved.
That's pretty much
alcohol has been involved in both. Calling someone a pussy both ways has been involved in one, and that will make a man do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. God, I really gotta think about like stories, and I have to think the whole story through and be like, nope.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can say this, right? In the state of Texas, I think in a lot of states, in the state of Texas, if you drink with your parents, it is fine, even if you're underage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
your legal guardian can give you alcohol.
Someone of age, someone of the legal guardian.
Yeah.
Can supply alcohol and supervise.
Yes. Not for others. For you.
So, there was a time, I'm going to stray into another story then. There was a time, okay, this one's funny as shit. I'm not going to lie, this was funny as hell. And my parents introduced me, as you know, to alcohol at a pretty young age. Okay, I don't want to say pretty young. They introduced me to...
Slamming beers at 4.
No. I think my first drink, I was like... I think I had a sip of a Mike's Hard at 15. Like, I think they...
That's not bad.
Yeah, they started, like, they gave me a couple Mike's here and there at 15.
I think I drank before that.
I think maybe, like, 14. I don't want to press past then. There was no way it was in middle school. It was let's say 14. Okay, my parents, honestly, it worked out. It fucking did. As I'm here drinking, but no, it worked out. In the idea and the plan that they thought out was if we introduce him to alcohol early and supervise it and kind of like control how much he drinks and like see how he is whenever he gets tipsy and whenever he gets older, maybe see how he gets whenever he's a little too tipsy. He's not going to want to go to parties. And they were fucking correct, because why the fuck would I want to go to parties in a high, anxious atmosphere whenever I can just play video games with the boys and just slam fucking Malibu and Sprite, because that was all I drank whenever I was like 16.
Yeah.
And then I started getting into whiskeys and other rums and stuff, and, you know, I might make a video of my whole collection of alcohol.
Drink responsibly, by the way.
Please.
Do not make poor decisions or drink underage. We do not condone underage drinking.
As I'm wearing a Margaritaville shirt. I'm not an alcoholic, I swear. But, like I said, drinking at a decent young age. I think I was like maybe 16 at the time. My parents, that TV room in my parents' house, fucking far off in the back corner. And then my old room was literally polar opposite sides of the house. So... I was getting pretty fucking loud. And this happened a lot because it was during the summer or something. I remember getting so fucking drunk. I was playing Rocket League with Ryan. I was hammered drunk.
You had to have been hammered to be playing Rocket League.
And a little hazy. Obviously, this was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I used to eat a lot. Okay, this is going to be like, what the fuck? I used to eat a lot of peanut butter.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I would just spoon peanut butter just out of the jar and just eat it like that. And like, genuinely, that's how I just kind of survived throughout the summers. It would be pizza rolls and peanut butter. Because peanut butter has hella...
Jesus Christ.
peanut butter has hella calories and protein and fats and sodium and, it has everything. It has a bit of everything. You could just survive off peanut butter. Legitimately. And that's kind of what I did.
I mean, not really, but...
Plus water. Then you're good. Peanut butter and water. That's all a man needs, really.
And Malibu, apparently.
And Sprite. Yeah. Yeah. I just remember getting hammered drunk and hiding under my desk for some reason. I just remember screaming the word spoon and then being under my desk.
Okay.
Besides that, fill in the blanks... Ryan was like just screaming at me because we were playing duos. Mm-hmm. And he was dying laughing, though, because I was just screaming and freaking the fuck out. Don't know for what reason. I think I was just crashing out at Rocket League and just hammered as hell.
That sounds about right.
And I think I sent him a snap, and it was literally me just in the dark void of a corner under my desk. Just he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Desk."
Spoon.
It's like maybe like an outside the top 50 story. I can't say like any. We'll figure it out.
We'll learn. Those will be some stories that we can't tell, because I'm not telling a few stories because of some
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay.
That I'm unsure if they can be broadcasted.
Yeah.
So we'll hold off on some of those.
Oh my god. When was... I'm trying to think. Did anything fucking stupid happen at bashes? Those are all things we can say. Everyone's of age at that point. You were saying too.
They were... A lot of them, there's no way.
Okay, everyone we were with was of age.
Yes, everyone we were with. The only thing I'm really thinking of was whenever those girls came up to me that one day and asked me what my shirt said.
Oh. I was going to say, what about the girl that, plain as day, in front of, at the time, my girlfriend, walked up directly in front of me and her and asked what was it? She asked if I was single or something?
I think you were there by yourself that day.
No. I wouldn't have been at bashes without her. She was working.
Yeah.
She was working.
Yeah.
And I was right at the corner of the bar.
I don't think I was there for that.
Okay, yeah. I was at the corner of the... No. I swear.
No, because I just had the girls come up and ask what my shirt said. And then whenever I tried to say what my shirt said, she was like, "I don't need your life story."
Maybe you were fucking hammered. I swear you were there. You were definitely there.
I don't think I was. Well,
we ended up shooting the shit with like 3 dudes at the corner of that bar.
Oh, then yes, I was.
Yeah.
Oh,
we shot the shit for like hours with them.
Yes, because I sent a text while I was pissed drunk.
Oh, yeah, you were hammered. I just remember it was like us and like 3 other dudes that ended up walking up. And like, at first, obviously, intoxicated me at a bar while my, at the time, girlfriend is working there. I'm like, don't even look at her, buddy, pal. And like, so I'd always like, whenever a guy would walk up and ask for a drink from her, I would like mean mug the shit out of him and whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened. I think we started talking about college ball or something. I was like, yo! I was like, I love you, dog. I was like, you're the coolest motherfucker ever. Just remember we talked for hours, and then like out of nowhere, some girl just like tapped me on the shoulder. I turn around, I'm like, huh? Because like we're all drunk. Yeah. You were hammered as fuck.
I was fucking gone.
I was drunk, but I was coherent enough. I was like, huh? And she was like, she had something either like, hey, can I have your number, or like, hey, do you have a girlfriend? I just remember something like,
I think she had asked if you had a girlfriend.
As straightforward as that, yeah. I think it was like, do you have a girlfriend? And I was like, literally, like, I was like, huh? Do you have a girlfriend? What? Fucking, like, I was like, no, then couldn't even, like, comprehend it.
Should have thrown up on her.
She just turned away and just ran away. And then, girlfriend at time turns and looks at me. She's like, what was that? I was like, I think a girl just asked if I had a girlfriend. And she was like, where's that bitch? I was like, I don't know.
Gone into the void.
Yeah, it's like, I couldn't fucking tell you.
I remember that was the first time I had a fire and ice shot, was that night.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It was good.
Oh, yeah, we have total opposite experiences of that.
I mean, I didn't black out at that point. I blacked out, like, whenever we got home. It was like, whenever. I was fucking pissed drunk at the bar. And then we got home. I think we drank a little bit more whenever we got home. Mm-hmm. And that's whenever I blacked out.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you were good, and then you came home and you were like, a little bit more.
I was done after that. Because the first time that we were there, I only drank beers. I didn't drink liquor.
You went through a lot of beers.
I think I polished off a 12-pack.
I think you did. I'm pretty sure you polished off a 12-pack.
No, it was 11 and a half because the bouncer took my beer.
I remember that. Because I remember you were like, you had like, you'd slammed like 9 beers, and it's pretty late at this point, and we're like about to
We were getting ready to leave.
We were getting ready to leave, down. And then my girlfriend at time, let's just say B. I'll just say B from here. So B decides to take the rest of the 12-pack, so 3 beers, put it in front of you, crack all 3 of them, and be like, here you go. And you're hammered just like...
I was already drunk.
Fucking just staring at 3 open beers with your name on
it. Downed 2 of them.
Down 2 of them. Picked up the 12th. You're like,
y'all are trying to go, and I'm not wanting to waste the beer because. So it's like halfway down, and we're trying to walk out. And the guy's like, "Hey, I can't let you take that outside." I was like, "Yeah, I get it. I understand." He took the rest of my beer.
Oh my god, how dare you polish off a 12-pack for free?
Yeah, it was free.
You polished off a 12-pack in one night for free.
For free.
Oh my god. So, okay, I remember there was a time I was there. It was literally just me, because it was me. This was like a day, I think I didn't work, or I don't remember what it was. I had off that day or some shit. I brought her into work because she doesn't have a car. So she started at 4, and she was working all the way till I think 2.
Yeah.
I stayed with her the whole fucking time. She just kept giving me drinks. I was literally like, I was there at 4, like, I don't know, I might stay the whole time. We'll see. And then at like, she was like, do you want a drink? I'm like, the bar's not even open. I don't want to fucking have a drink yet. She was like, you're fine. I was like, I'll wait. And like 5 o'clock comes around, I'm like, yeah, I'll have a drink. So I start drinking at 5. I drink all the way till 2 o'clock. I literally worked the full shift. I worked a longer shift, essentially, longer than most of the people that ended up coming in and working. And I just remember I was at the opposite corner where we typically were at the very end, where like the open spot was. I was on the other side where the back doors were and shit. I was sitting there because I was like more out of the way, and that was her station at the time. And she just kept handing me fucking drinks. And I was pretty fucking drunk. And some dude ended up coming up to me. Like I said, anytime someone came up, fucking asked for a drink, I was like, I can't remember if I was wearing some, like, I don't remember what it was. I was wearing some, like I said, I was hammered. I was wearing either an F1 shirt or something, and I think he came up to me. No, I was wearing a tech shirt. That's what it was. I was wearing just a tech shirt, obviously, but you're on tech campus. So it was like, it wasn't like anything crazy.
On campus, it's a bar. Yeah,
okay. Campus, road, all the bars. All right, my bad. So he comes up to me, and we start talking about, I swear to God, we shot this shit for 2.5 hours. Over purely football and basketball. That was it. I remember we ended up having a 45-minute discussion over the GOAT conversation. We were it was me drunk as shit, some other dude drunk as shit, breaking down the analytics of the GOAT discussion in the corner of a bar. We literally just like, I don't know. I don't know what it is about 2 dudes getting drunk, never met each other a day in their life. They're like, LeBron and Michael. They're like, or just like anything like that. Like anything 2 dudes can just like relate on.
Give me Larry Bird.
Or there was a time I went to crickets with B and a couple of her friends. And we get a table. We're just, it's chill drinking for crickets, honestly. Someone comes up and recognizes B because of where she works. Is a frat guy, and that immediately sets me off. I'm like, a frat guy? I fucking hate this guy. He sits down, he looks at me, he's like, is your last name Haggard? I was like, yeah. He's like, is your dad Jay Haggard? I was like, yeah.
He might be.
He might be. He's like, oh, your dad's our fucking alum advisor. I was like, wait, you're from Lambda Chi? And he was like, yeah. Bro, from that point on, it was like smooth sailing. Bro brought me. He brought the whole table drinks, I think 3 times. And then after that, he was like, I can't keep doing this. I'll keep buying his drinks. Bro, me and this dude drank like 5 drinks alone. Fucking just like shooting the shit. I was like, hell yeah. He was talking to him just like, your dad's fucking great. He was like, your dad's so chill and so cool. I was like, yeah, that's my dad. But it was just funny as shit going from like a frat guy to like, wait, Lambda Chi? Yeah. Like, oh my god, I was gonna be in that frat if I went to tech. Oh my god. Nothing like just meeting a homie and then him just buying your drinks. I don't know what it is. I cannot talk to women, but God forbid I find a homie at the bar and he's like, I've got you covered for the night. It's completely different. I don't know what it is. I have this ability about me to find a dude at the bar who I just click with and he's like, yeah, I'll buy your fucking drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that with fucking women. Not saying I'm expecting.
You could.
No.
You could talk to women at the bar. I did. I did. I went and asked for a light whenever I had my lighter in my pocket.
You asked for a light from what? 2 mid-30s women?
Mm-hmm.
You were like, I remember you were literally, I think you were playing with your lighter and you were like, should I go up and ask for a light? I was like, dog. It worked though. Dude, okay, you were like, you were having a generational night. You were drinking Guinness and smoking cigarettes. For someone like you, I can't picture a better fucking night. Oh my god.
I was playing with my lighter, and what happened was... It was probably Tegan. Probably said something. It was probably to you or me or something. It was talking about going up to women that night. And I think they said, go up to them. And you were like, no. I was like, I think so.
Probably.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'm on it.
Well, I said, no, I'm pretty sure they're a good bit older than I am.
I don't care.
Which isn't a problem, but...
No, I think they wanted me to go up to her whenever they saw she was smoking.
Yeah, whenever we saw the cigarette got pulled out, it was a complete game change. Yeah. It was like, you're getting subbed.
Yeah. And I did. And I talked to them for, it was what, 20 minutes?
You were fucking chatting. And I had to play fucking fifth wheel.
You weren't over there. It was just me.
Seventh wheel.
It was just me over there. Oh, yeah, because fucking all of our other friends have fucking girlfriends or whatever.
Yeah, they're happy or some shit. I don't know.
Something like that.
Fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
Being happy in 2025?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Went and talked to them, asked for a light. I had my lighter in my pocket.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had a Guinness.
Yeah, I how many Guinnesses did you have?
That night, I didn't have many because I did not want to spend a ton of money. Oh my god,
that was... Do you remember Matt?
Mm-hmm.
A.K.A. Melly?
Yeah.
Fucking pull up to the table. Because we were like, Melly! We were like, huh? It's like, yo, Ian, Tegan. Fucking dabbing us all up. He was very drunk.
Mm. They were getting kicked out.
Yeah, they were getting kicked out. We were like, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, we're getting kicked out. We're like, what the fuck did you do? It's like, this is one of like the most chill, like, just like, it's like, it's okay, it's got loud music and shit, but it's not like people are like going crazy at this fucking bar. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't even remember what he said. He was just like, oh, I think it was like a girl he was with or something. I think a girl he was with was being chaotic. And I think by chaotic, I remember him saying that she was being racist. I think. I don't remember.
Huh.
I remember it being outlandish. He was like, yeah, this bitch is crazy. It's like, what the fuck? God almighty. Lubbock don't got much, but what it do got? Alcohol and a lot of college kids.
We'll need to go back to Twin Peaks for the Long Islands.
Oh my god, I forgot. What are they, like $3 or some shit?
Something like that.
Oh my god, I remember seeing, like, because it was me, you, X, Avery, Tegan, and Josh, I think. That time whenever we were all by the campfire.
Oh, I'm not thinking about the campfire. Whenever we actually sat down at the table is whatever. No, that was the same day.
Yeah, we were there at the campfire for like an hour, and they were like, I think we finally were like, yeah, fuck it, we'll get a table. But we were like, oh, if we could just sit here and get drinks, and I think someone wanted food, and it was like, we have to serve you at a table. And we're like, okay, I guess we'll move to a table. We literally were like, oh, we can sit right there and get drinks? Fuck yeah. And we were just drinking. Or before that, we looked at the fucking menu. It was like $3 Long Islands, and we were already all of us were a little tipsy. Saw $3, and we're like, that's a fucking steal. We're like, just keep them coming.
Because I was drinking beer at the time, and I think the beers ended up being more expensive than the Long Island.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
I think the beers were like $5, almost. Maybe not quite that much, but they were also draft, so it wasn't just a bottle. But it was I think it was $3 Long Island. May have been $4. May have been $4. But we'll need to go back and fucking down
demolish some Long Islands. Yeah. I was actually. I might talk about this. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about this yet, but let's just say Xavier's been going through shit. Don't know if you know any of it. Okay.
I know some.
So he's going through a lot of shit, and he a few days ago, before the shit escalated, as of yesterday, he sent me, the fucking reel is like, this initial owes you a beer, and it turns the cup, and it's the entire alphabet. Yeah. And I was like, I bet. He's like, when? I was like, not tonight, maybe this weekend. I was like, how about Applebee's? And we just start going crazy on Dollaritas. We go to Applebee's and be an absolute fucking menace to society. He was
Love
like,
it.
All right. So we might go to go get Dollaritas.
Tomorrow night, we're going to O-Bar.
We. Okay. O-Bar.
Oyster Bar.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I told one of the guys that comes through Hurricane that I would be there. He was like, I don't think you're ever showing up. I was like, I just worked fucking 2 weeks straight. Like, cut me some slack.
All right. I will have to be somewhat. I'll probably get fucking drunk. I'll get a good drunk. Because the next day I'm going to Brenton's graduation.
That's Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
What time?
I think it's 1:30.
1:30. Fuck, I work in the afternoon.
Okay. I also, whether it's going to be way earlier than that, but if we're going to get hammered, it's probably going to end up being after. I'm going to go work on the 65 Mustang of one of my uncles. We need to figure something out where we can have guests.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, you know how absolutely hilarious it would be to get some of my uncles on here, one uncle at a time?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I'd be like, listen, there's something called monetization and there's something called TOS, terms of services. You need to learn them. They will just spit shit. I'd be like, yeah, that's not going to be able to go in.
They're going to say hello, and then it's just going to cut to where we're all drunk, just laughing because we have to cut everything out. I remember this one time. No, you don't. Sit back down.
Fucking don't. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Me and Jimmy could talk for fucking hours about shit. Oh my God. Troy. McCourt is the person I'm working on his fucking 65 Mustang, yeah. So that'd be fun. But it would never happen just because where he lives, but a certain man by the name of Ray.
Oh my
Raymond,
God. Can you
I'd have to lower the camera a little bit for it to be on screen.
I did not say that, by the way. Ray, just so you know, I didn't say that.
Why are you afraid of what he hears?
I'm sorry?
No, I'm cool with him.
Yeah, you are. Think if I said that about Ray, be over for me tomorrow.
I don't know. We could totally just bring on like people we know. If there's either if you want to do it on times whenever someone else is sitting in this chair and I put someone in that chair for the time being. If like you know this person and I don't. Or if I know someone and you really don't. But
we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I haven't told anybody at work about it yet.
Yeah. I want to get a few episodes out before I say anything.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Chris knows. I think Chris knows because I mentioned it or something yesterday. God almighty.
Is that the truth?
What? Come here. No? Alright. I tried. Oh my goodness. That cat's a terrorist.
Yeah, unfortunately. Both of these cats are...
That one's just stupid. I wish I had a camera so I could turn to these two dumbasses.
These cats are just dumb.
Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Friggin'...
There'd be a few people I'd like to have on.
Yeah?
Yeah. I want to get somebody from my work to come on. I want to get Cam to come on. Because he's got some fucking stories.
Yeah, I
don't know.
If someone else wants to come on here and
I don't know if Cam would because... Don't rip up my chair.
Hey, fuckheads.
Hey.
She can't let go. She's stuck. Incriminate. Yeah. I don't give a shit if someone else comes in here and incriminates themselves.
I don't want Cam to do that because of the work he's trying to get into.
Okay, I mean, valid. He can beat around the bush.
He wants to get into teaching. And the stories that he has prior...
that would not allow him to be a teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be some things that he wouldn't want aired out. Not like this is going to be a fucking giant podcast that everybody knows, but...
It's the fact that one person sees it and is like, oh, that man needs some help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking...
it would be on the internet.
Yeah. Everything's on the internet.
Some things probably don't need to be.
It can't be that bad. Man, well, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
You'd have to agree to come onto it first, but...
trying to think. That was just a shit show of a night. It's like not Garrett's house, but it was a party he was co-throwing, I guess.
The one last year?
Was it last year?
That we all went to?
Yeah, me, you, and Chris. I fucking talked about it last night with Chris on fucking Minecraft.
Yeah.
How he was so fucking hammer drunk. Nah, if I, me, you, us, whatever the fuck, get Chris on here, we're gonna put him on blast about the. I'll put both of y'all on blast because you were talking to a woman the whole fucking night. And
no, I wasn't.
I was holding that house together.
No, I was not.
Holding that house together. That house
no.
was in fucking shambles. Chris hit me in the fucking face. Someone pissed on the fucking ground. Listen. I was not talking to her. I lost like $400 fucking worth of alcohol. Everyone was doing their own fucking thing. I worked 8 hours of a shift being a fucking bartender. People were fighting on our front fucking lawn. All right? I fucking did everything I could.
That wasn't Garrett's party.
No, I'm talking about our place.
Oh.
Yeah, no, entirely different.
I did talk to somebody the entire time.
Yeah. I literally, because fucking Colt and Kaylee were like, at like 11 o'clock, they were like, we're so drunk. We're going to bed. And then they both threw up in my bathroom. Yeah. Tegan and Avery stayed up the whole night, but they were with each other the whole time. Yeah. I was literally like, I was 1v100ing the party. I was the gorilla that night. I fucking did everything. That house could have gotten torn down and burned down. People were jumping in our, at the time, gross, mossy, squirrel bed pool.
Our fucking septic tank.
Yeah, our septic tank of a fucking pool. That fucking night was just a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah.
It was horrendous.
Yeah.
I made, I think, a little over $100 in tips, but it did not comfort me the fact that I spent over $400 in alcohol that night. Yeah. Like, lost that amount. Not spent. That's how much I lost. I spent like $200, $250 going in. I was like, surely this will be good for the whole night. And I was surely wrong. It was... it's a goddamn nightmare. Yeah, that's why that night alone is why I never want to do a party again.
The second party wasn't as bad.
You talking about Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same night I also got broken up with.
You got broken up the morning after.
The morning, yeah. My bad, November 1st.
I was on my flight, okay, whenever you got broken up with.
I forgot that was the party. You were there, and you're like, I gotta go.
I have a flight tomorrow morning.
Flight to Nebraska. Oh my god.
Yeah, I had my fucking 6-hour delay in Dallas. I didn't get to Nebraska until fucking 3 in the morning.
Just hung over in fucking Dallas, just...
Didn't have a vape, didn't have fucking... I was miserable. I was so pissed. And I had class the day after that, so I got to Nebraska, landed at 3. It was an hour drive to my hotel.
Yeah.
And I get there. I fucking go to sleep and then wake up at 7 a.m. to go to my class. And then I didn't hear that you got broken up with until like 3 days later.
Yeah, I think you asked something.
And it wasn't even from you.
No. I just remember it happening. I was like, fuck it, I don't even want to fucking talk about this shit. Fucking clusterfuck. That house was something else. I don't really know where to...
It had fun moments.
Yeah. It also had not so
It had
fun.
some not so fun moments.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like the part where I died in my bathroom for like 6 hours and fell asleep on the ground.
Yeah.
That one was not a fun morning. I remember literally like waking up. like 5, fucking just dead. I was dying, throwing up all that shit. Fucking texting my boss like at 5 a.m. being like, boss, I'm not coming in. He was like, why, what's wrong? I was like, I think I literally might die. Like, I don't know if I'm going to fucking get your next message. That was so bad. I just remember someone put the fucking little spacier next to me. Put the little spacier next to me. He was like, you good? I'm like, covered up by towels and shit on the bathroom floor. Yeah, I literally looked like fucking patient zero.
Yeah, I brought you a Sprite at one point. brought you some. I was like, yo, you good? You were like, attacking clan war, please.
Yeah, that was whenever we were fucking big in Clash of Clans. I was literally on my deathbed on my bathroom floor. I was still like, you still have 2 attacks in Clan War.
I was like, I'll get on that.
You were like, yeah, I got you, dog.
I was like, you need anything else? You were like, no.
Like maybe a P.E.K.K.A.
Okay. For sure, homie.
Oh my god. Fucking. I don't think I get sick often, but whenever I do, I die.
Yeah.
Like, my body just shuts down. It doesn't know what the fuck to do. Oh, I think they're about to fight.
No.
Oh. Smack her. Oh. Maybe. Oh, pay-per-view time.
Oh, there it is.
Fucking brawling.
Oh, in the headlock.
Brawling under your desk, by the way.
Yeah.
She going to flank him?
Crazy flank. And he's turned your headset up.
Bro, there's no situational awareness.
Okay, he figured it out. No, never mind. He's distracted by something.
All right. Now, for the question of the hour, what about them GTA 6 jiggle physics, huh?
That game's never coming out.
Bro, fucking 12-year-old me. Literally, like, imagine, okay, whenever GTA 5 came out, right? Us at our age at that time, it was like, holy shit, this is crazy. There's literally over a decade later, a new generation will have that same feeling. I don't know if any GTA past GTA 5 will give that same feel of GTA 5. I don't know. I really hope it does, but
we're not gonna have the time to
really put in like how we used to in 5. Man, GTA 5.
I think that's why games don't hit the same. Is because we don't have the time to sit and play them like.
Maybe it's not us. Maybe it's just.
Think games have just gotten that bad?
I think some games have gotten bad. But I also think some
old games don't hit.
I think it's new gamers, like younger kids, like how we were. They're at the prime time to be playing video games. They have so much fucking time in the world. They don't have a job. All they got to do is, go to middle school, pass their classes, and then they go home and play video games. They might be having the same amount of thrill and fun as we had. I doubt it, though, because drunk GTA nights, NBO2 nights, Halo nights, Destiny nights, Overwatch nights, Rocket League nights, Game Beast nights, all those nights were so much fun.
I'm sure that the kids are still making those memories. I don't get the same dopamine hit from games that I did whenever I was younger.
For me, it definitely depends on the game. The one game I still get a very good dopamine hit from, I've got to be I'm in the mood for it a lot, but like Halo. Like, I'm going to make a video at some point, whether it's with me and you, because me and Chris have already done Halo 2. I haven't heard Chris laugh that hard in years. Like, Chris genuinely, diehard, I'll literally say Chris was a diehard Halo hater. Didn't like Halo. He never really played much of it. He was just like, no, I think it's stupid. And then I was like, fuck you, Chris. Me and you, we're going to drink tonight, and we're going to play Halo 2. And he was like, fine. 3 missions in, this man is hysterical. He is having the time of his fucking life. I was like, this is why I like the old games. I'm playing Halo 2, a game over 2 decades old, drunk with someone who we were only 1 year old at the time when this fucking game came out. We're fucking hammer drunk just playing this game, just having the time of our fucking lives. That's what I miss. I miss just uncontrollably laughing. That's what that like. Whenever I think of GTA 5, I think of so many moments of just uncontrollable laughing. Like it's like people who play certain games like that, like GTA 5 or something, like playing way too like religiously or like I don't know, tryharding and shit, bro. Why would you do that whenever you could literally do like, just get a group of your boys on and just die laughing?
Yeah.
I remember literally this was like the DNA for a perfect GTA night. Everyone fucking around in free mode for a little bit. Someone mentions like, we should play Slasher. We should play car darts. We should play stunt races. We should do something, right? And it would be, or Sumo. Sumo was a big game. That was fun. And it was just the dumbest fucking shit. Mm-hmm. And then that would go on for hours. We'd play the car blender Sumo, which was just fucking funny as shit. And then, you know, it would be like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and then everyone would somehow end up at the airport flying airplanes into each other. Name one other game where you just do that. Like, that was so much fun. Battlefront 2, Ewok Hunt. By God, get me a rum and coke in hand. Get me a blaster surrounded by Ewoks in complete darkness. I will scream like a little girl. That game was so much fun. You played Ewok? What? We got to do that. We got to do it. You never played Ewok Hunt? Mm-mm. Surreal experience.
I don't think I ever played Battlefront 2.
Surreal experience. You'll get into Ewok Hunt. Put your headphones on, get into Ewok Hunt. Oh my God, you're gonna be like, I can't see shit. It's like, yeah, me neither. And then you'll just see 2 yellow dot fucking eyes appear in the bushes. It's like, fucking just like, they start shaking you and shit. It's literally like a fucking horror movie. Jesus. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that for sure.
I want to get drunk and play like Hell Let Loose.
Just play Halo. I couldn't get into Hell Let Loose.
No?
I think it's mainly just because I have such an attachment to Halo at a young age. Like, that was like my big games when I was younger. Mm-hmm. That I feel like any cheap copy or knockoff, I'm just like, no, this just isn't it. Because it's not that. Even if it's good, like I know wait, no, not Hell Let Loose. Holy shit, what am I thinking of? Helldivers? I'm thinking of Helldivers.
I doubt it because Helldivers isn't on Xbox.
No, I know, but I was thinking about Helldivers because we were talking about Halo. Mm. Hell Let Loose, yes. I would love to play Hell Let Loose. I have some stories on Hell Let Loose. Mm-hmm. First game on, I've never played Hell Let Loose. I had no idea how big scale the maps were and shit. Had no idea, like, the team system and everything. Like, you can hardly tell really who's on your team and who's not. Didn't realize it's literally like 100v100, some crazy fucking number like that. And I was going into this thing and it's like, okay, it's Battlefield essentially, but it's on a way bigger scale. But I didn't know that. I didn't realize I was literally up the enemy spawn point and behind enemy lines because we just spawned in. We like kind of joined a game that was just like a few minutes after it starting and shit. Somehow we're just kind of rolling the team. I'm just in the forest with the fucking MK45 or 48, whatever the fuck it is, giant LMG, right? And I just remember, bro, getting drunk and going into any game with either game chat or a proximity chat makes the game 10 times better immediately. I just remember screaming at the top of my lungs with random ass people, just fucking just holding the trigger down, just running through the forest. Like, bro, like you can't get that with like new games. Like I can't get into Valorant. I don't like the new CODs. I don't like a lot of the new games. Like some of the fun indie games, like the Repo, and what was the one before that?
Lethal Company.
Lethal Company. That one was fun. But like, it's got to be something original, something kind of new. But like Lethal Company shows it does not have to have good graphics. It doesn't. It just has to offer a good time.
I think people put too much on graphics. I think game developers put too much on graphics instead of gameplay.
Corporate does. I think corporate does for sure. Corporate has a huge oversight of that.
Because when gameplay is good, even whenever the game runs like shit, mm-hmm. if the gameplay is good and you can have a good time playing it, it's
fun. That's what I want.
Like the games like Lethal Company, Repo, mm-hmm. like, it's not about the graphics on most of those. Like,
Yeah.
Like, they're not bad. Like, it fits the style.
Yeah.
But
Lethal Company, you do feel like you're playing in 144p.
Yeah.
At least at the very beginning, he the dude who made a lot of updates, and it looks a lot better now. But at the very beginning,
it was rough.
It was pretty blurry, one would say. It was fun though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I don't know. What I'm worried about is that GTA 6 is like they put so much into the graphics that the game's just not going to feel good.
The game's going to be great. Bro, if you've given them that long, the game has to be good.
Yeah, you know how long it took for Cyberpunk.
I was literally, as those words left my mouth, I was like, Cyberpunk. Okay, but they launched it. It was terrible, and then they fixed a lot of it.
Yeah, and the game is great now.
Yeah, the game's great now. After what, 3-4 years of being out?
Yeah, and how many people talk about Cyberpunk these days?
Cyberpunk Edge Runners really threw it back out there. Okay, obviously, I'm not saying it's not like a huge game, but like the game died, Cyberpunk Edge Runners came out, and the game got revived. For however long it happened, maybe half a year. It's still a half year of...
I mean, the game was a lot bigger because of Edge Runners.
Oh, yeah. Phenomenal show, by the way.
Look at the people that talk about like GTA 5, like games like that have like such a core memory.
That is generational game, though.
Right, and people are expecting GTA 6 to be even better.
I'm not expecting GTA 6 to be better because GTA to me is the memories you had with it. I don't give a shit how the game actually is. I know for a fact GTA 6 will probably run better and play better and be better than GTA 5, but in my eyes and heart, it's not going to be better than GTA 5 because I don't have tons of years invested into that game with tons of years of memories.
Right.
Yeah. That's exactly why. Same with like why I'm not like a big fan of Call of Duties now. It's like I don't care to catch up every single year. I played Black Ops 2. I have so many years of memories playing Black Ops 2. Because I remember, what's after Black Ops 2? Ghost? Ghost flopped. And then after that was what, Advanced Warfare? Yeah. I didn't like Advanced Warfare. I just stayed on fucking Black Ops 2 for the years. And then whenever 3 came out, I still wasn't the biggest fan of 3 because I just wanted the boots on ground. And I was like, this is clearly all I want. It was like, if I want futuristic, I go to my core, Halo. But if I want boots on ground, I'm going to Black Ops 2. And years later, I'll still play Black Ops 2, and I'm like, this shit's so much fun. Like, clearly open that it does not have to have insane graphics, insane frames, insane amount of gameplay, as long as the gameplay's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember the last good Call of Duty that came out.
We're going to have to... We'll do a stream of Black Ops 2 Zombies. Because I'm sure if we tried multiplayer, it would just be, our IPs getting put in the fucking game chat and all of our locations and zip code, which that actually ended up fucking happening. Because that was years ago. Were we in middle school or early high school maybe? I think it was late middle school. I think it was the summer between 8th and 9th, I think. I think we were all playing. It was like a 6v6, and this was right
whenever it became backwards compatible.
Yeah, this was like right after. It was like a year after backwards compatibility, I think. And because it got to a point where it's like at first they were pretty good, no modders, no hackers, and then a year later we got on. It was like we just did a 6v6. I remember this vividly. It was on Carrier. Yeah. I was running around. I just remember the entire feed on the left side of the screen. All the kills disappeared. Every single's gamer tag, their legal government fucking name, their location by city, state, and zip code, even address. I was like, we got to get the fuck out of this server. Yeah. We fucking left that game so fast. I've never shit myself so bad as like a 13-year-old. I was like, Mom, Dad. It's like anybody in that server is going to care. Yeah. But it's the fact that you're just like, I just saw my address on the game feed of a game from 2012.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... God. those 2 summers, like 7th to 8th and 8th to 9th in gaming years, those were like peak in my eyes, kind of.
See, I never got to experience the 7th to 8th because my parents didn't let me have Xbox Gold, so I didn't get to play.
That's so crazy.
Didn't get to play with y'all, and so I got an Xbox One 8th grade Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So 8th to 9th, I played a bit with y'all, but you were always at a party with 900 people, and I didn't want to do all that.
There were years and times where you'd say 900, and it would depend because it could be like 7 people we know, or it could have literally been me in an 18-person party with people you have never seen before.
It didn't matter because
you were like, I swear to God, there was a few of y'all that were like, if there's more than 4 people in the party, I'm not joining. It's like, I don't care if I know all 4 of them, I don't want to join.
Yeah, it's because most of the games that we played, you would 4 people on a team or whatever, or you would have a few people on there, whatever it was.
That was like not till recently. Bro, Black Ops 6 people.
Okay,
Halo could be 6.
Except
GTA is unlimited.
Except all the people in your party, none of them were playing the same game.
Okay, there was definitely times where it was like there was like 9 people in a party, and there was 5 different games between all 9 people being played. So the conversations were kind of overlapping. But I don't know, if once you're in those parties long enough, you know when to talk. Like, people never really talked over each other. People just
yes, they fucking did. Are you fucking out of your mind?
I was able to comprehend it all.
Yeah, not me. And I was not going to deal with it. So.
If you would have ever been in those parties with like 15, it would range from anywhere between like 10 to like 18 people in my Halo 5 days. Whenever I was a part of the UGA. Yeah. Bro, I swear to God,
I sat in a party. I'll never fucking forget it. I will never fucking forget it. I was in a party with Kyle. Mm-hmm. Me and him are talking, and you joined our party.
Yeah.
And then Connor joins the party.
and then 2 people party turned into like, what, 12?
So me and Kyle are there, and you joined, and we're sitting talking to you for 5-10 minutes, and then Connor joins.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay. And we're sitting, you talk for another 5-10 minutes maybe. Then somebody that I don't know joins. Then another person. And then another person. It got to 15 people in that fucking party. The max was 16.
At the time, yeah.
And it's just fucking screaming and yelling in this goddamn party. I was out. I was gone.
That's because we were at like everyone's either drunk, like drinking, stoned. Everyone's just goofing. But there was times in Halo 5, like if it was like a serious moment, like if it was like a certain raid, like we were doing something serious, literally it would be like one person talking at a time. But there was definitely nights where it was like, fuck it, it's game night. Everyone just yell. It's like, it would literally it would like be a drop of a pen, like being like going from dead silent to yelling and then going back to dead silent. Like one person at a time type shit. I don't know, I was just able to handle it. I know there was a few of y'all that absolutely could not.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play. We're gonna have to finish ODST. We might restart it. I don't know. If we don't want to do that, we can finish that on our own time. But I want to stream us playing Halo 2 because I'm not gonna lie, me doing that with Chris was fun as shit. I wanna record us getting hammered and playing Halo 2.
We can figure something out. Yeah.
That shit will be fun.
Also, we're at an hour 40, by the way.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
I figured we'll find an endpoint at some point.
It probably needs to be soon. Otherwise, your brand new RAM sticks are gonna get fucking fried.
No, I actually figured out 2 hours on my old RAM sticks. It's about when OBS decides to fucking stop. Hey, but I got double the RAM, so. Now the fans, on the other hand, those fuckers are working overtime right now. But,
yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Uh-huh.
How about them Wolves, baby? How about them Wolves? Wolves in 5. It always has been.
Always has been. Face of the franchise is getting their first ring.
I cannot wait for Terrence Shannon Jr. to get a ring before Chris Paul, I literally saw a picture today. There was so many faces. I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe none of these people have rings. Let's see. Big names who don't have rings. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. Big names who... God, holy shit. I'm blanking on so many people right now.
Luka
don't got a ring. Tyrese Halliburton don't have a ring.
Yeah, but he's in the...
He's close. He's in contention.
With
They've
Brunson?
been... Yeah, Brunson doesn't have a... No matter what, somebody,
face of the franchise is getting
going to get their first ring, which is fucking nice. Yeah. Thank God.
Who's the other one in the West? The Wolves and...
Wait, no. That's... Hang on.
Wolves, Brunson, Halliburton. Who's the other team in the fucking West?
Well, we don't know for sure yet. Brunson, they've got to close out against the Celtics. They're up 3-2. Celtics won the most recent game. So, if the Knicks can close out against the Celtics, then yes, the face of the franchise on each team will have a chance to have
who's the other West team?
The other West team? Oklahoma.
Oh, the Thunder.
Yeah,
that's right. Shea.
Well,
free throw merchant.
Yeah, free throw merchant. What is? Wait, is the Thunder already done with their series?
Surely.
I'm assuming. Thunder versus.
Maybe not. Shea might still be shooting free throws.
That's going. No, they're not. They're up 3-2 against the Nugs. Please. Timberwolves, please. For the love of God. Bro, Julius Randle, playoff Jew? That sounds terrible.
Maybe we don't.
Jew as in J-U. It's short for Julius Randle. And it's funny because there's Jew and there's Rue. For Rudy Gobert. Jew and Rue. Not saying Jews. I'm saying Jew.
Please stop speaking.
We're
gonna get canceled before an episode ever airs.
Julius Randle is a dog in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's actually been pretty crazy.
He's been fucking insane. Timberwolves have an 8-deep fucking starting lineup.
Yeah.
Nas Reed, I've said enough. I love seeing that Nas Reed flag literally everywhere.
Oh, yeah. What are the odds the Knicks choke the series against the Celtics?
No, don't say that. I do not want to see the fucking Celtics.
There's no way, especially with Tatum getting hurt. I don't know. They did win Game 5.
They did win Game 5. I don't want another Celtics in the finals. Well, okay, I don't want another Celtics in the finals, and I don't know how to feel about the Thunder Nuggets game. Because I don't want to play either of them.
Yeah.
I don't want to play literally either of those teams. Because they're going to glaze the shit out of the Thunder. But the Nuggets have finals caliber, and they have that experience. They know what it takes to win and get there.
Yeah, they have
and get it done.
Yeah.
So I don't know who I want to. I don't know. I want both teams to lose and the Wolves to advance.
The Wolves were in the conference finals last year.
I know.
I think they can get it done this year.
To be fair, last year, I was guaranteed one of my teams was making it to the finals. That was like, oh, this is great. Wolves or Mavs. Fucking Mavs. God.
Fucking rigged ass lottery by
Oh my God. Okay, are we gonna close it up? We're gonna close it up talking about this? All right.
Rigged ass lottery.
So do you think the lottery was rigged?
It has to be.
I think
I do not see a way that Luka goes to the Lakers of all teams.
Yeah.
The Mavericks have completely fall apart. Completely fall apart where they barely get a lottery selection.
Get in the lottery.
They have a 1.8% chance and win the lottery. It has to be. It has to be. If you were to send that in to a movie producer, they would send it back to you for being too unrealistic.
As a Mavs fan, it hurts for me to say this. I think it is. I think it was. Like, there's the fact. I think the NBA and the commissions and Adam Silver and all that shit, I think all of them were pressing Nico, being like, move Luka to LA. And Nico was probably like, why would I do that? And they were probably like, we'll take care of you. We'll find a way to take care of you. Because obviously the Mavs organization and the NBA wants to move them to Vegas. Mm-hmm. That has been like the thing for years. They want to move it, so they're like, let's just destroy the fucking organization so that they'll just fucking leave and go to Vegas. Because it was back when Mark Cuban owned a good portion of the Mavs, and where he wanted to do it. Or no, what was it? He wanted to turn Dallas into the United Airlines Arena, turn it into like also a gambling kind of resort kind of thing. But the state of Texas was like, no, we don't allow that shit. Mark Cuban was like they were fucking talking for a while trying to get it done. And Mark Cuban finally gave up. He was like, fuck it, I'm not doing this anymore. And then they still are trying to move it to Vegas and shit for money and gambling. And because if you really think about it, right? Vegas, however many years ago they finally got an NFL team?
Yeah, 2019.
So 2019 they got an NFL team. They got an MLB team now.
No, 2020 is whenever they started playing.
Because think about in the past, let's just say decade, because I don't know the years. They got an MLB team moved there. They got an NFL team moved there. They literally got a new NHL team there.
I mean,
getting a baseball
team isn't playing there for a few years. But.
Okay, but getting a basketball team there, they're trying to get every single like big major sport in America there, right. So it can just be an absolute just money making fucking city, like it already isn't. But yeah, no, that lottery is. I'd say it. It's got to be rigged. There's no way. There's just no way. I was because I got home because the draft was kind of happening as like I was finishing up at work and I was coming home. I remember I was getting ready to get in the shower and I look at my phone. I thought it was a fucking joke. I literally got a notification saying Mavs get bid for Cooper Flag. I go, what the fuck are you talking about? I can click on the notification. Sure enough, Mavs first overall. I'm like, wow. What?
1.8% chance.
I was like, I can't fucking comprehend that.
I mean, and let me say this to be fair, in playing devil's advocate. Very few teams that have had the best odds to win the lottery in the past few years since they changed how the lottery works in like 2010.
Yeah.
Very few teams that have had the best odds have won the lottery.
Yeah. Yeah. But
can you imagine being the Wizards?
Oh my god.
Or the Pistons?
Oh, Cooper Flag's so happy. He's like, oh my god, I do not have to go play in fucking DC.
Yeah, now he gets AD and
it's AD, Kyrie, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, bro. Yeah, no.
They have a good team there.
What is Cooper gonna? Is he gonna play the 2 or the 3?
My guess is the 3. He's like
move what? PJ to the 2?
Probably. How tall is PJ? 6'5"?
6'5" or 6'6". He's not like his build isn't built like Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag is definitely better at an interior caliber. Yeah. Cooper Flag's what, 6'7" maybe?
I think so. I think 6'7".
You can fucking get up there. You can jump. You can dunk. You can bully people in the paint. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, I won't complain.
Mavs in 5.
Mavs in 5, baby. I will complain though if they end up moving to Vegas.
That's valid.
I'm if they move to Vegas, do you think they rebrand?
Yes.
I think they rebrand. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Fucking Mavs are about to be the fucking Seattle Supersonics. And now I gotta watch this fucking free throw merchant closer to my home state.
Now you gotta become a Rockets fan.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Hey.
Rockets aren't even bad. I'm just.
Hey, there's always room with the Blazers. You'll never get to watch a game.
I'll never get to watch a game. I like my Wolves.
Yeah, fuck you.
And if anybody ever is like, you're a bandwagoner, I like the Wolves when they were dog dick.
Yeah,
they were fucking terrible.
Jarrett Culver was there.
Whenever they, speaking fucking whenever they went, I think, I'm not even joking, I think there was a season, and I was like, why did I pick this team? Why do I like this team? Fucking, I think they literally went like 11 and something. I was like, it was one of their worst years ever. Fucking Pistons of 2 years ago? Terrible. All right, before we wrap up, one last thing.
Okay.
Predictions for Imola.
McLaren 1-2. I got Oscar winning
Yeah.
because Lando's ass. And I've got cop-out answer is Charles in third. But that Ferrari kind of looks like shit.
I've got my answer, I say.
I'm going to go Oscar, Lando. Then I'm going to go probably George. I guess
Mr. Consistent. All right, I'm going to do... Okay.
Probably George. I'm going to play it safe. Oscar, Lando, George.
You are playing it safe. I'm going to play it not as safe. I'm gonna be a little more out there. I still think Oscar's gonna win. I think either second is gonna be Max, and if Max isn't second, he's not gonna be on the podium. And I'll explain this. All right, I think either Max is gonna be second because Max is pretty good around Imola. I think either Max is gonna be second off of got the strategies right. Was able to keep it mostly clean because it's Max. He was able to finish second. But if not, I'll explain why I don't think. But third, Kimi.
So I was thinking about changing my answer to Kimi.
Kimi might. I think Kimi has a good chance. He's the only Italian driver since Giovanni and Alfa Romeo, and then the last Italian driver to win a fucking race was, I think, in like 2009 or some shit. I was literally looking at it today. I literally think it was like 2009. Italian driver races at Imola for the first time in quite some time. An Italian driver in a good car. 30 minutes away from where he lives.
Do you think there's a chance he wins it?
I think there's hopium. I wouldn't even complain. I'd love to see Kimi win Imola. Do I think it's going to happen? Not with Oscar Piastri racing. I think McLaren. Unless there's some absolute horrendous thing that happens to the McLaren car, I don't see...
They won by fucking 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, I'm not even a bad upgrade. They're still going to be fucking getting up there. I mean more of like a fucked safety car that just kind of fucks someone, or a crash going into turn one, whatever it might be. I think if Max and Piastri goes out, I think Kimi will get second, and I think Lando will get first. Because with Lando, if Max is off the grid, Lando's good. So if Max and Oscar crash into the first turn, because I'm going to bet qualifying is going to go like this. First Oscar, second Lando, Max is third, Kimi's fourth. Max gets a great launch off the line. Going into the first corner, he is halfway up on Oscar on the inside. Lando is on the outside, got the worst line, but is right next to Oscar. I think what happens, Max might get too aggressive, hit one of the bumper curbs. Either they spin out and they get stuck in the gravel there, or they just spin out, cause damage, and end up retiring at some point. And I think if that ends up happening, it would be Lando P1, Kimi P2, and then I got to go Mr. Consistent P3. And then I think both Williams will be in the points again. I think Imola, Sainz will finally get over P7. Because wait, what was Sainz in Miami?
8, I think.
P8? I could see Sainz getting P6 at Imola.
I was thinking about putting Sainz in my top 3.
Oh, at podium position?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
He just hasn't showed enough of the Williams yet. I could see Albon doing it. I mean, the Williams are quick as shit. It's just Sainz is still used to that Ferrari. Right. It's just different for him. But, yeah, those are mine.
We'll see. Paulie's at, what, 8?
I don't even know the time. I'll have to look at it.
I'll look.
But can't wait. God, last week, nothing. Nothing at all. It was like, oh. So boring.
Qualifying's at 9.
9?
On the 17th.
Okay, cool.
9 a.m.
Race?
8 a.m.
8, okay.
Oh, and I did change my shift on Saturday, so I'll be able to watch Quali.
Hell yeah. All right. I think that's it.
Think so.